Okay, so let's start. My name is Nikola, and today I would like to talk about noobs, or people who are just at the very beginning of their programming adventure, people coming from maybe non-technical fields, just like me, but also about junior devs in their first job, like also at the very beginning. And in this presentation, I would like to answer a couple of questions. Basically, when your role as a teacher starts, and why easy stuff is like the most difficult stuff the person learning programming can face, and why actually you as the teachers, as the people who help out beginners, will be asking way more questions than actually explaining stuff. So let's begin. Yes, so the thing is that you might not be a teacher, you might not want to be a teacher, but generally speaking, you as an experienced programmers will be approached by people seeking out your advice, be it junior devs, be your, I don't know, family members who want to shift their careers. And basically, everything starts when somebody approaches you and, hey, I would like to learn programming, and then, but where should I start? And then many people answer, oh, just Google up something. And whereas I know that looking for information, browsing through Stack Overflow is extremely important in the programming job, but when you are when you are a noob, you actually don't know which resources are good for you, which are not outdated, which ones do not have mistakes. So basically, just giving this answer, just Google up, you might actually someone discourage, because such person might end up learning from something which is not totally suitable for her or him, and thus, like, maybe, leave programming for forever. So another thing is what I encounter is during the learning process is that, oh, yeah, you should just do this exercise. It's so easy. And the first thing is that it has been already mentioned by Chris Allen, is that it doesn't help in any way that you say it's easy, right? Like, many people tend to think that if you say that some exercise is easy or other task, you think that you actually motivate people to do better, but no, it's not helping. It's actually the opposite, because imagine you have a class of people who struggle with, like, for you, a simple task, right? But they're struggling, it's not easy for them. And telling that it's easy, this might make feel them dumb. This is actually demotivating for people. So instead of saying, yeah, it's easy, you should do that in 5 minutes, just, I don't know, give a helpful hand for them. Don't say stuff like, oh, you can learn Ruby on Rails in 2 days, for example. This is what I actually heard recently. Yeah, so let's go on. So I think that one of the most important thing in the teaching is asking questions, because I took a part in a programming bootcamp in Poland, where I'm from, and I was in a situation that I didn't know what I don't understand, because I lacked of vocabulary, I lacked of experience, I lacked of knowledge, so it was extremely painful for me to explain what's bothering me, what kind of problem I have with my code, or with the task I want to solve. So you as a teacher, you have this experience, you have this knowledge, you have this vocabulary, so you can actually help out those people by asking right questions, not throwing definitions from Wikipedia or from the documentation, because also reading the documentation at the very beginning is a bad idea, because people do not going to understand much of this, especially, like, for example, for Haskell documentation, which is I didn't enjoy reading it, right? So the thing is that you should actually put some effort in trying to understand what those people do not understand, because there might be some very simple and trivial things, but they don't have means to express that stuff, right? And the thing is that the more questions you ask, the better the learner feels. He or she might actually come up with the solution just by herself or himself, right? Because you asked the right question and suddenly everything became easier, right? And the thing is that you don't have to be a regular teacher. But you have to keep in mind that you will be put in this role. And what I suggest is that you should be prepared for that. Because there's no way avoiding helping out people. You can, of course, tell everyone, okay, I'm not just going to help you. Just stop asking me questions. It's rude also. But you can be prepared for that, for being a teacher. And the last thing I wanted to tell you at the end of this talk is that don't impose your own beliefs, your own ways of learning on other people, because you probably, you might have some opinions on how people should learn, from which language they should start, and this is rather bad. You as a teacher have a very important role and extremely strong influence on people you are teaching, you are helping, because you can easily discourage them by just, ignoring them or trying to force them to learn C because, of course, C is the best language as a first language, right? Or forcing them to read the computer sciences book at the very beginning when they just want to learn Python or maybe make some simple website. Because you as a teachers, you as a people who are helping junior devs, beginners, you can make programming fun for them, but you also can make programming as the worst horror of their lives. Thank you.